What's going on, internet land? It's your boy Ced coming to you live here from Tampa as usual. Super duper shout out to all my friends, my familia, my business partners, my Facebook familia, my blogging familia, my podcast familia. Hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. Super duper shout out to everybody on YouTube as well. As you know, I've been doing these rules of money videos as well as posts every single day. And I start off with the post in the morning, and then I back it up with the commentary to actually give you details on the post from earlier. So we are on day number 3. We are currently on day number 3. I know a lot of you have been following the first day number 1, day number 2, day number 3. I want to thank each and every one of you. I'm humbled for all of you that have been giving me feedback, saying that you've been learning a lot of good stuff. I'm unequivocally humbled by the inbox messages, the text messages, the emails. It tells me that, hey, some people are learning and they're getting some value from this. And that really, truly warms my heart. So thank you. I truly appreciate it. But we want to go ahead and continue on day number 3 so we can give you more value. And today is going to be very, very interesting because today is one of those days that's going to hit a couple of people with a dagger or 2 or 3. So bear with the kid because these daggers, some people are not going to like these particular daggers, but they are what they are. You know, when you start talking about rules of money, there's going to be things that people do that want to go against the grain, that might want to ignore certain things. And I always tell people, when you think about a rule and or you think about a law, there's a consequence when you break a rule and or when you break a law. So you can choose to pay attention to some of these things, or you can choose to ignore these things. They're totally up to you. I want to go ahead and throw in this disclaimer here really quickly, as I throw in a disclaimer in every single video this week that I've been talking about rules of money. I am not a financial advisor. I do not play a financial advisor on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on anybody's podcast, or on anybody's blogging platform. I am just simply telling you information that I currently do myself, things that I've done in the past, and things that I have learned from a lot of significantly wealthy and rich friends that I have inside of my circle. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Right now, day number 3, we are on rule number 10. We are on rule number 10. And do me a favor, give me feedback as I'm going through these rules. If you're getting some value from them, or if you feel like, hey, this is touching me, you know what, you got a good point with this, let me know inside of the comment section. I come inside of the comment section later on in the day, sometimes late at night, sometimes first thing in the morning, and I kind of check out everything and leave some comments, and I truly appreciate it. So I love your feedback. Let me know inside the comment section as I'm going through this, your feedback on the things that I'm saying. So rule number 10. Rule number 10. You saw it earlier on my Facebook post. If you didn't see it earlier on my Facebook post, let's go ahead and give it to you now. Rule number 10, never pay interest. Never pay interest on things like clothes, shoes, jewelry, furniture, etc. Never pay interest on those things. Now, here's what I mean by that. Let me help you out with that. So I'm going to use furniture as an example here really quickly. If you ever want to think about one of the worst investments you can ever make, it's furniture. Please do not look at furniture as an investment. Look at it as something that you want. It is not an investment. The reason why it's not an investment, because I don't care what you pay for your furniture. I don't care what high-end furniture store that you got it from. If you choose to sell it later, you're going to get 20, 30, 40 cents on the dollar when you choose to sell it later, period, end of story. That's number 1. Or number 2, it ends up in a storage unit. It ends up in a storage unit because it doesn't match the new property that you have, the new apartment, the new condo, the new home, or whatever the case may be. So now you're paying $200 a month, $300 a month for a storage unit to house furniture that you are not utilizing. So now you're actually technically paying on the same furniture twice that you are not utilizing as you went out and bought new furniture. I'm sure there's people that have gone through that. I know that I've gone through it myself. That's why I can speak on this. But when I say do not pay interest on this stuff, here's what I mean. You go to your local furniture store and they offer you credit for $10,000, $15,000, or whatever the case may be. And let's say for this particular example, it is not 0% interest. So it's a 18% interest, it's a 19% interest, 20% interest. And you're like, you know what? I don't have to spend any money out of my pocket right now. So I can go ahead and get this furniture on this credit. They gave me a $10,000 credit line. I'm going to go ahead and run this furniture on this credit line. Great. At 18%, 19%, 20%, you are literally every few years paying double for the same furniture that you bought. Now, furniture has an extensive markup on it as it is. The markup on furniture is ridiculous. It has an unequivocal, extensive markup on it already. So when you take the 100% margin that's already there, the 200% margin that's already there, the 300, 400% margin that's already there, then you tack on 18, 19, 20% interest, you're paying for that furniture multiple times over. Number two, jewelry. You go and see a nice ring. You got engaged. Okay, you get ready to get married, or you saw a nice chain, or whatever the case may be. But let's use engagement for an example, because a lot of people do this with engagement. So you got engaged, you fell in love. You want to go get wifey, your future wifey, a phenomenal engagement ring. 15 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, whatever the case may be. And the jewelry store says, hey, we will finance that ring for you. It's only 14% interest, 9% interest, whatever the interest rate is. And you say, you know what? She's worth it. $50,000, $80,000, $100,000. You're not looking at the 50 grand, the 40 grand, the 100 grand, whatever the case may be. What you are looking at is the monthly payment. Because when a furniture store pitches you, when a jewelry store pitches you, they're pitching you the monthly payment. They're not pitching you the total amount. So we as human beings, we absorb the monthly payment. We say, okay, it's $400 a month. We calculate our budget, and we're like, you know what? I can put $400 a month inside of my budget. I can put $500 a month inside of my budget. So it slides within your budget, right? So you're paying $400 a month, $500 a month. You bought this engagement ring, you got married, and you failed to realize that 5 years later, 6 years later, you've been married for 5 years, 6 years, and you're still paying on the engagement ring from 5 years prior because you got 11, 12, 13, 15% interest on that ring. I hope that you are still with that person, because Lord knows the worst thing that you can do is get engaged, put a ring on a payment plan, have 12, 13, 14, 15, 20% interest, break up with that person 5 years later, divorce that person 5 years later. Now you got the wedding ring and the engagement ring finance that you are still paying on. Not a very smart move. So when you start thinking about jewelry, when you start thinking about furniture, and then some people do this with clothes. It's crazy. Some people do this with clothes. So you go to a store like Macy's. Macy's is famous for this. First of all, Macy's has the best sales, right? You can get all the great stuff, all the name brand stuff at Macy's. They have the best sales. And Macy's is quick to give you a Macy's card. So here's Macy's claim to fame. Their claim to fame is that when you go to checkout, when you're buying stuff for cash, credit, whatever the case may be, when you go to checkout, they say, hey, you want to put that on your Macy's card? It's almost like McDonald's when they say you want to add fries to that. They're upselling you and you didn't even realize it. You want to add fries to that? Oh, well, I wasn't thinking about it, but yeah, let me add fries to that. Great. You want to add a drink to that? Well, yeah, okay. That drink that cost them 3 cents to make, they're now charging you $1. Yeah, that orange syrup costs about 2 to 3 cents, and they're charging you $1 for it, or $2 for that 3 cent orange syrup. So they're upselling you, right? So Macy's is upselling you. So you say, you know what? I don't have a Macy's card. Well, you can apply for a Macy's card right now, and we can have it approved in 2 seconds. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. So boom, they pull your credit, boom, you get a Macy's card. Great. So now you got this Macy's card now, and you're like, you know what? Oh my goodness, they gave me more money. Hold on, I'll be back. I'll come back to the register in 20 minutes. So now you go out and you buy a bunch more shit. So now you go out and buy all this other extra stuff. You come back to the register, and now you run all of your clothes, your shoes, all of these things that you bought at Macy's or at Nordstrom's or whatever the case may be on their specific card. You're running it on their card. Now that $40 shirt just turned into $70. Now that those $100 pair of shoes just turned into $150, just turned into $180. Now those $50 jeans just turned into $100 jeans. And now all you're thinking about is the monthly payment. My monthly payment is $20 a month. I mean, I came into Macy's and I was planning on spending $400, but now they gave me a Macy's card and all I got to do is pay $20 a month. And you're paying $20 a month and you make minimum payments. And then something like the coronavirus hits and you make sure that you just make the minimum payments. So now that you're making minimum payments on jeans and clothes and all this other stuff that you bought a year or two prior, you're paying for it multiple times over. So that $1,000 ticket that you racked up at Macy's has now turned into a $2,000 ticket, a $3,000 ticket. Not a smart move. Ladies and gentlemen, if you plan to use cards at department stores to buy jewelry, to buy furniture, to buy clothes, to buy stuff at Home Depot, whatever the case may be, because Home Depot does this too, Lowe's does this too. The very first thing that you want to do is find out if they have an interest-free plan. So a lot of them have a 12-month interest-free plan. Best Buy does this all the time. So you think about stores like Best Buy, think about Lowe's, Home Depot, your local jewelry stores, Nordstrom, Macy's, all these different places that you're buying stuff at anyway when it comes down to the categories that I'm speaking of. Say, hey, do you have 0% interest? You can only get what you ask for. So if they have 0% interest and it's 0% for 12 months, okay, I would say knock yourself out, do it. But know and have the discipline that whatever you're buying, that you can pay it off in 12 months. Because what most people don't realize is that if they don't pay something off in 12 months when there is a 0% interest rate, it's typically between 24 and 28.99% interest on the balance that you have. So if you ran a Lowe's or a Home Depot card or a Nordstrom card or a Louis Vuitton or a jewelry place or Macy's or whatever, and you ran their 0% interest plan for 12 months and you did not pay it off in 12 months, the balance that you have left is typically between 24 to 28.99% interest. So now you're paying 29% interest on that same furniture. Are you kidding me? You're paying 29% interest on a pair of jeans, on a shirt, on some jewelry, on a chainsaw, on some stuff that you bought to work on your house, to buy some clothes, to buy some jewelry, to look fancy or whatever the case may be. 24 to 28.99% interest is absolute highway robbery. Those are mafia numbers. It is bananas. It is bananas. Don't get yourself caught up in that. So rule number 10, do not buy furniture, jewelry, Lowe's, Home Depot, clothes, Louis Vuitton shoes, Gucci shoes, no, all the stuff, Macy's, all the stuff. Do not buy it with their specific cards if it's not 0% interest. And if it is 0% interest, pay it off within that time frame. If it's 12 months or if it's 18 months or 24 months, whatever the case may be, budget yourself. So when you're at the register, have the discipline to know that I just billed $500, I just billed $800. Have the discipline enough to know that I've got to pay this off in 12 months. I got to pay this off in 24 months. I got to pay this off in 18 months. So you divide that 500 into 18 months. You divide that 500 into 12 months. You divide that 500 into 24 months. And voila, now you know what your bill is because it is 0% interest. So many people get caught up into this. It's crazy because they don't read the fine print. And that 25%, 28%, 30% comes and smacks them. Ay. And Lord knows don't have no late fees. Now, for those of y'all that want to justify this and say, well, Cedrick, I'm doing it to build credit. I need to build some credit. I got a Lowe's card to build some credit. I got a Home Depot card to build some credit. I got a Macy's card to build some credit. I got a Nordstrom card to build some credit. That's fantastic that you got that to build some credit. Your credit repair person referred you to all these different things and told you to get these cards to build some credit. But if you're doing it to build credit, you are not running more than 30% of the card limit anyway. if you're doing it to build credit, because any credit repair specialist will tell you, do not go over 30% of what the number is on the card. I've been teaching my daughters this for a long time. You got $1,000 credit limit? No, you don't. You got $300. You got a $5,000 credit limit? No, you don't. You got $1,500. You got a $10,000 credit limit? No, you don't. You got $3,000. Because when you look to borrow money from a bank, they are looking at how much are you actually borrowing versus the limit that you have. So if you've got a $10,000 Nordstrom's card and you've got $9,500 on that card, the bank doesn't like you because they're looking at you saying, you know what, you're not creditworthy because you burn up all the freaking credit. But if you've got a $10,000 Nordstrom's card and you've got a $3,000 balance, they look at you as worthy. They look at you as someone that can actually take care of their bills. So be smart about this for those of you that are saying, well, I'm doing it to build credit. If you're doing it to build credit, only run 30% on it. So if you're running 30% on it and it's interest free, you super Gucci. You are super Gucci. You are running 30% on it and it's interest free. You good. Yeah, you got your credit diversified. You got your car loan, you got your mortgage or your rent payment, or you got this, you got that. You got all these things showing up on your credit, but you're running 30% balances, you're good. But once you start getting to 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90% balances, you are not looking good. And Lord knows if you are trying to get a home, if you are trying to get a home, you really need to keep these numbers at 30%. Because the banks are going to cut you at the knees, especially right now because they are tightening up all the rules right now. Things that you can get away with 30 days ago with the mortgage, you can't even get away with right now. You used to could get 5%, 10% loans. You can't even get them now. Now, if you're getting an FHA loan or a VA loan, yeah, you can get away with that. But those of us that are typically getting conventional loans, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, there's no more 10%, 5% loans, ladies and gentlemen. It's 20%, 700 credit scores. Period, end of story. And they're doing VOEs the day before you close. What's a VOE? A verification of employment. So if you're on furlough, they're going to cancel your freaking loan. If you're on furlough and they call your job the day before, your loan is supposed to close, you just put a contract on the house 30 days ago and your job just put you on furlough and the bank is going to call. I promise you they're going to call your job to verify that you still work there. And your employer says, hey, they're on furlough because of coronavirus. Great, your loan just got shot down. Ain't no need to even show up at closing because you're not going to have no keys. Your loan just got shot down. Things are getting super duper tight. So make sure that you are running your credit at those 30% thresholds if you're saying, hey, I'm doing it to build credit. Rule number 11, never purchase jewelry, furniture, cars, clothes, Louis Vuitton shoes, Gucci shoes, red bottoms, $700 belts, all this dumb shit just to impress people that you don't even like. Are you kidding me? Now, let me throw in this disclaimer here real quick before somebody slides it in. Cedrick, I know you like Gucci and you like Louis and you got certain stuff. I sure do. But I'm not buying it to impress anybody that I don't like. I buy it because I like it, and Lord knows I did not finance it. Do not finance any of this stuff to go out and impress a boatload of people that you don't even like. You need a $3,000 purse. You need some $2,000 shoes. You need a $200 pair of jeans. You need this $700 jacket. You need all this stuff, a $500 belt. You're behind 3 months on your child support. You're going to a party. You're going to an event. You're going to wherever the case may be to impress a bunch of people that don't even know you, to impress some people that you don't even like. And the people that you're really, truly looking to cut a deal with, the people that you're truly looking to cut a relationship with, they could care less about your shoes and your belt. Facts. But we get caught up. We get caught up in, it's how I look. It's how I look. It's how I look. You know, you can't sell a dream looking like a nightmare. I'm doing this doggone video right now in a $20 freaking sweatshirt that I got from the airport that says Tampa Bay. What does this thing say? Tampa, Florida. I got this from the airport. I don't care if somebody looks at this video and says, oh my goodness, oh, Sam don't know what he's talking about because he got on a $20 sweatshirt. If that's what they think, that's what they think. What they fail to realize is I didn't dump all my money in a bunch of sweatshirts. See, I know a lot of people that look like money, but ain't got none. I know a lot of people that got a whole bunch of stuff in their closet, but they struggling to pay their rent. They struggling to pay their mortgage payment, or they need somebody else's help to do so. Or they're living on 80% of their money that they make every month in their MLM. They're living on 80% or 90% or 100% of their money that they make every single month inside of their job. Yeah, I talked about this on yesterday, so there's no need for me to elaborate on that specific rule. So don't go out and spend all this money trying to impress a boatload of people that you don't like, that you don't know, that could care less. Because guess what? That $2,000 outfit that you got, is going in your closet when you get home. It's going in your closet when you get home. And if you think that you built a relationship off of a $2,000 outfit, I wonder the type of people that you actually really truly attracted. Who are the people that you really truly attracted? Now, I'm not saying don't go out and buy nice stuff. We all like nice stuff. All I'm saying is stay within your means. Don't do it to impress a bunch of people that could care less. Don't do it to impress a bunch of people that you don't even like. Don't do it just to front, to act like you're doing something when you really aren't doing it. When you really aren't doing it. I know people that pay $700 a month, $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month for lease payments for cars, and they're broke. What is the freaking purpose? What is the purpose? Listen, if your car note or your lease payment is a third or half of what your rent or what your mortgage payment is, you are not that educated. Let me repeat that for the people in the nosebleed seats that don't feel me right now. If your car note or your lease payment is a third or a half of what your rent or what your house note is, you are not very educated. You just like the look that you get when somebody sees you at the light because you got the latest and greatest vehicle. We're going to talk about that in Rule 12. Who cares? All of those cars get you to the same destination. Now, there's going to be somebody that's going to pop on here that's going to say, but said, you got a bunch of nice cars. You don't know my financial situation. I ain't got no car notes either. I ain't got no car notes. So when we start thinking about what we're paying for, you got to be smart about that. You got to be really smart about that. You got to say, where am I putting my money at and who am I really trying to impress and for what reason? For what reason am I really trying to impress these people? I need to recruit them in my MLM. I need to recruit more people at my job. I need to get a better girlfriend. I need to get a better boyfriend. I'm trying to recruit a husband. I'm trying to recruit a significant other or whatever the case may be. Is that why you're doing it? Are you doing it because your self-esteem is low? Are you wearing somebody else's name because you don't know your own name? In the words of Dr. Miles Monroe, he said a lot of people wear somebody else's name because they don't know their own name. When I heard that, I'm like, ooh, that is gangster. You got to wear somebody else's name because you don't know your own name. Be smart about this. Get some nice stuff. Get some nice stuff. Get your Louis, get your Gucci, get your red bottoms, get your nice car, get your nice house, get your nice stuff. Just live within your means and don't do it to impress somebody else. And don't do it just to say that you did something, to say that you got something when you really couldn't afford it. Man, there's so much of that goes on in network marketing that it blows my mind. It is so much fronting in our game that is crazy. I think that people in the MLM game actually gave Pharrell the inspiration of the freaking song Front. Because, man, there's so many people that are fronting right now, it's bananas. Stop fronting for the gram. Why are you fronting for the gram? Why are you renting a Lamborghini or Ferrari just to say you had it for the weekend? You rented it for the weekend. Like, so one of my business partners has a Ferrari, and I told him, I said, man, let me keep the Ferrari, you know what I'm saying, for a couple of days. He was like, oh, you keep the Ferrari. You know what? That's his Ferrari. I'll get it off my blood. I don't need to go spend $200 grand on it. I ain't got to rent it for $1,000 a day. I just go borrow that mofo. and keep it for a couple of days, get it out of my blood, get pulled 4 or 5 times, because the black dude that's bald head with a gold tooth and a candy apple red Ferrari is going to get pulled by default. I'm just saying, I'm just calling a spade a spade. I just call it a spade a spade. They got when we got social distancing, we also got social profiling around this mofo. I'm just calling a spade a spade. But why are you renting $1,000 a day? You dropped $3,000 and say that you had a Ferrari for the weekend. You drove a Rolls Royce for the weekend. I had a Rolls Royce Wraith for the weekend. I had it for the weekend. Great. You saw the stars in your ceiling for the weekend. You can go outside your house and see the stars in the sky for free. You had the stars. I remember reading Russell Simmons' Do You book, right? I remember reading Russell Simmons' Do You book. And Russell Simmons said, one of the things that rappers do all the time when they first get a little bit of money is they go out and they buy a Maybach. They go out and they buy a Maybach. And what they realize after they buy the Maybach is that the Maybach got them to the same destination that the previous car got them to. It got them to the same destination. They just got there a little bit fancier. Ladies and gentlemen, stop. The gram has screwed people up. The gram. Instagram has screwed people up. Facebook has screwed people up. YouTube has screwed people up. People are doing stuff. TikTok, oh my goodness. TikTok is the new thing right now. TikTok has screwed some people up. People are doing all this stuff for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute of attention. A minute of attention. And I think the coronavirus has gotten us even more screwed up because we are so bored because we've been away from people. So now video, we get to talk to our friends and people that know us, and then people that don't know us, we get to talk to them, right? And as we talk to them, we get to flash. It's crazy. I saw this video the other day that this guy, he did this video, it was hilarious. He was actually sitting beside a washing machine. And I don't know how he did this. It was crazy. It looked like he was flying in an airplane. He was like, man, I can't wait to get on another flight, blah, blah, blah. And it looked like he was flying. And then he pulled the video away. And you saw that he was sitting beside a washing machine. Maybe some of y'all saw this. It was either a washing machine or a dryer or whatever. And he put some sort of image inside of the washer or the dryer. It was absolutely bananas. But there's people that are fronting so much that people like really truly live the Bow Wow challenge. They live the Bow Wow challenge. You know the Bow Wow challenge when Bow Wow was on an airplane saying that he was flying in a private jet, and then somebody was sitting right beside him in Delta that actually took a picture of him sitting right there beside him, Delta, like, Bow Wow ain't on no freaking private jet. Bow Wow's in Delta and coach like everybody else. Okay? Why are we living the Bow Wow challenge? Live within your means. Because when times come like this, which is the reason why I'm doing these series of videos, when times come like this, in the words of Warren Buffett, I said it yesterday and I'm going to say it every day until I end these videos. When the tide goes out, you can always see who's naked. When the tide goes out, you can always see who's naked. So if you was making $6,000 a month and you was spending $8,000 a month, you are busted. You spending $6,000 a month, you making $6,000 a month, and you spending $6,000 a month, you are busted. You got a man as the person who's taking care of your rent and mortgage payment. Well, said he should be taking care of my rent and mortgage payment. Okay, that's a whole nother video. There's some validity to that. I'm going to give my ladies some validity to that. However, in the words of Mary Kay, a man is not a plan. So you got a man that's taking care of some stuff. Oh, Lord, let me get this right for some of my men that are out there. You a man and your woman taking care of your shit? Your woman taking care of your car note? Your woman taking care of your rent? But saying I'm married and she getting the money. You a chump. You a chump. That's right, I said it. You a chump. You a married man and your woman taking care of your bills and you ain't doing nothing? Are you serious? Stop it. You ain't a man. You a shim. You a shim. That's the middle between a man and a woman. You a shim. It's a she and a him. You a shim. You got to get out there and get your hustle on. Oh man, I done went on a tangent right now. Let me get into rule number 12. Y'all got me warmed up in here. Let me see who's on here with me real quick. You guys feeling me right now? Is this making any sense? I'm getting a little warmed up right now. I got one more to go, and then I'm gonna pop off of here. But let me know if this is making any sense. Josh, what's going on? That's right. That's why you sell your house fully furnished. That's right. You pimp it out, and then when somebody comes to buy it, they buy the whole thing. Then you just go to the next one. It's like, hey, you sell them that because you already know what the numbers are going to be. You know what I mean? They are what they are, but you get that money and you keep it moving. That's right. We done that a couple times. What's up, Gary? I see you. Brandon, you're right. Anything that depreciates in value is a bad investment. That part. Hey, Christy. Thank you, Rockstar. What's up, Charles? What's up, Brandon? No, these aren't Versace's. No. Christy. What are these? No, these are Cartiers though. They Cartiers. They're not Versace's. They Cartiers though. But we ain't finance them. Jay Brown, what's up? Jerness, what's going on, Rockstar? Gary, what's going on, my brother? What's happening? Big Rusty, what's going on? Emilio, what's happening? You got your Honda with 215,000 miles. First of all, Jay, you cannot kill a Honda. We get ready to get into rule number 12. You just cannot kill a Honda. Honda run forever. They run forever. That thing is good for 300,000 miles, 400,000 miles. The only thing that goes wrong on a Honda, Jay, is the CV joints and the power windows. That's it. CV joints, that's going to cost you $400. That's nothing. Power windows, that's nothing. You go get the freaking motor fixed, that's nothing. The motor, $400,000. I had somebody, I was in LA 6 months ago, and I had a guy pick me up in a Honda Accord that had 480,000 miles on it, and I couldn't even hear the car running. And I said, bro, is that the original engine? He's like, yup. Over 400,000. I was like, God, how do you even have a car of 400,000 miles? It was bananas, bro. They run forever. I love Hondas. Those are my first cars. I freaking ran them forever. All right. You're right, Curtis. These things run forever. Those things are good. All right. So let's get to rule number 12. You guys getting some value from this? Let me know you're getting some value from this. You guys are feeling this? I went on a little bit of a rant, and I wasn't trying to go on this crazy rant. You know what I mean? But I hit a button for a second. And when I hit that button, I started thinking about certain things. And I'm like, God, some people just are in situations that just don't get it. Like Curtis said it, a man isn't a plan. You're right, Curtis. That's why you're a rock star. And Curtis, I love you. You are a rock star. I love what you're doing for the community. You're building a sisterhood of health out there. Congratulations. Great job. Tell your husband I said what's up. Super duper solid leader. Good man. Tell him I said what's going on. I see your videos every day, doing your exercises, inspiring so many people. Keep up the great work. Tell your team I said what's up and keep crushing it. But you're right. A man isn't a plan because a man can change their mind about something. Just like a woman can change their mind about something. So if your woman is taking care of you as a man, that woman can change her mind because she might wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm tired of taking care of you. This is stupid. And a man can wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to do something different. Or he might go cheat, or he might go do this, or might go do that. And then now you might be like, no, I don't want to mess with him no more. But then there's some women that are in situations that they are forced to allow their man to do whatever they want to do because they're taking care of so many things. And if they stop it, it puts them in a destitute situation. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to go get your own. So having two streams of income, well, more than that. But if one person has a stream and another person has a stream and you come together, it's a beautiful thing. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, in a situation, never be in a situation when a cup is half full. You know the best situations when your cup is full and the other person's is full, and then you can pour into each other. Your cup is full, the other person's cup is full, and then you can pour into each other. When the cup is half full and their cup is half full, you cannot pour into each other. It doesn't work. You keep trying that. Let me know how that works out, okay? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You fill your cup, their cup is full, now you pour into each other, and there's harmony. It's a beautiful thing. Rule number 12, because I'm not Steve Harvey, and I ain't gonna be talking about stuff and somebody that was married 62 times and then gonna tell you how to go. I'm not doing that. That's not my thing. Rule number 12. Never buy a brand new car unless you are willing and are cool with losing 20% or more on your money within 6 months to a year. Period. Did I say that? Let me repeat that again for the people in the nosebleed seats that didn't hear me. Grab your popcorn because I'm going to say it again. Never, I don't care what marketer you following, I don't care what guru you following, I don't care who said what. I don't give a shit who said what. I don't care who's driving what. I don't care if it's a Porsche, if it's a Lamborghini, if it's a Rolls Royce, if it's a Ferrari. I don't care if it's a Bugatti. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a brand new Honda Accord. I'm telling you right now, do not buy a brand new car unless you are willing to lose 20% of your money on day number one within 6 months to a year. Because as soon as you drive that car off the lot, it depreciates. As soon as you drive it off the lot. As soon as you drive it off the lot. And Lord knows it is even worse now. It is even worse now. I read this article the other day that talked about how all the auctions, let's put this into perspective of what the coronavirus has done for those of y'all that haven't gotten it yet. Like it's affected so many things. So all the auctions are closed. All the auctions, right, for the social distancing, all the auctions are closed. So all these used cars that typically are blowing out through auctions that end up at used car lots, they're just sitting there. They're just sitting there now. So the values are going down even more because nobody is at an auction buying the cars. So Manheim, for an example, Manheim is one of the largest auctions in Florida. It's actually all over the U.S. Manheim is gangster. Like I got a couple of partners. They got their Manheim apps. When I'm looking at stuff, I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. They go pull it up on Manheim. This is where it is. This is what the value of them are, blah, blah, blah. We can go over there. And if you got somebody that has a dealer's license, this is called the clue. If you have a friend that has a dealer's license, then you can go to a Manheim auction that only allows dealers in. You can go with them. So they're bidding on the car that you buy from them. So maybe they'd only tax you $100, $200, $300 or whatever. Or if they're a friend, they just let you get it because they Gucci with you like that. But you got to know this type of stuff. But back to the regularly scheduled program that I was talking about. So all these cars are sitting at the auction right now and they're depreciating in value, All the rental car companies, your Hertz, your Budgets, all those people that buy a lot of these cars from these different manufacturers that they rent out to you, they're taking a hit as well. All of them are taking a hit. So the values are going. You saw this brand new Mercedes. You saw this brand new Ferrari. You saw this brand new Rolls Royce Wraith. You saw this brand new Bentley. You saw this brand new Nissan, this brand new Honda, this brand new whatever. You got sucked into the dealership for 0% interest for 24 months. You got sucked in for whatever it was, and then you pulled it off the lot. All they closed you on was the monthly payment. And you said, let me get this, this is cool. You pulled it off the lot. And as soon as you pulled it off the lot, it was worth 10 grand less than what you bought it for. Ooh, you just took a bath. Here's what you do. You find gently used cars. Gently used. Because guess what? Let somebody else take the bath first. Let them take the bath first. If they take the bath first, then they're taking the hit. Same thing with a boat. Oh my God. Boats are the worst. Boats will freaking kill you. You buy a brand new boat, you are getting murdered. Do you understand how much money you're losing on that boat? Let somebody else take the hit. Let somebody else take that 1 year hit, that 2 year hit, that 3 year hit. See, there's certain cars that are out there right now that literally don't even change the body style. So what year is this? This is 2020. 2014, was it 14? It was either 2014 or 2015. I bought a Bentley. So I bought a Bentley coupe, and some of you saw this Bentley, but I wasn't out there. I wasn't out there like flossing like that. I think I posted that Bentley like 2 or 3 times, and that was it. Like I wasn't out there like, ooh, I got a Bentley, ooh. Nah, I posted the steering wheel a couple times just to shit on a couple of people that thought that, we still wasn't getting it. But it won't, I wasn't out there like that. What a lot of people fail to realize about a Bentley is that they don't change the body styles on Bentleys. Here's what a lot of people didn't know about the Bentley that I bought. I bought a 2006 Bentley with 24,000 miles on it. It was a 2006. It had 24,000 miles. I never pulled up at a restaurant somewhere and somebody said, "That's a nice 2006 Bentley." I never did that. I never picked up anybody that said, "This is a nice 2006 Bentley." No, a 2006 Bentley looks just like a 2015 Bentley. And if you don't have a Bentley, you don't compare it to anything else. You don't say, "Well, I wonder what year that is." No. But why in 2014 would I buy a 2014 Bentley? A 2014 Bentley in 2014 would have cost me $200,000. A 2006 Bentley in 2014 cost me $60,000. I drove the car for 2 years and I sold it for $64,000. 2 years later, that's right, I put a whole whopping 7,000 miles on it and sold it for $4,000 more than what I paid for it. Why? Because it had no miles on it. Because it was a freaking Bentley. So basically, I drove it for free. I drove the whole car for free for 2 years. Because I'm not going to buy a car at a number knowing that I'm going to lose my butt on the car. Now, I learned this the hard way in 2003 when I bought a brand new Mercedes and I lost my head. That's why I'm telling you this story right now. That's why I'm educating you guys on this right now. I'm not speaking from theory. I'm not speaking from something I learned in a book. I'm not speaking from something that I saw on somebody that did a YouTube video. I'm speaking from the truth of things that I've gone through myself. Then I'm telling you, don't do it. 2003, I bought a brand new 2003 E500 Mercedes-Benz with the freaking lamb interior. A week later, I went to go pick up my daughter. I love my daughter. So Nene, if you see this video, you know I love you. I love my daughter. And we went to McDonald's. And she had an orange soda from McDonald's. And that orange soda spilled on the floor from McDonald's in a white interior car. Now, I don't know if you understand anything about McDonald's, but that dye and that doggone orange drink, I don't care what interior person that you go to, they cannot get that crap out for nothing. For nothing. Like, you got to get the whole thing re-dyed all over again, and it still ain't going nowhere. And like, I took a beating on that car. Not because of the dye alone, not because of the dye and the orange drink alone, but I realized after buying a brand new car, because I grew up in Richmond and I wanted to be the first person in Richmond in 2003 with an E500, blah, 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 because I still had a dope boy mentality in 2003. We done grown up now, that's 17 years ago. But I still had this mentality that we drive our money, we wear our money with clothes and shoes and jewelry. Clothes, shoes, jewelry, and cars. That's how we grew up. So that's how you knew how people got money. Then I moved to Florida and I realized that the people that had money didn't drive their money. They didn't wear their money. They didn't have $2,000 shoes on, but they lived in $2 million houses and had $15 million investment accounts. That's real money. That's real money. That's when it gets real. See, when you go out and do stupid stuff happens to you. When you go out and do stupid stuff happens to you. So if you are looking at a brand new car right now, I'm here to tell you that 2020 that you want, wait on it. Wait on it. Wait on it. Give it some time. Let somebody else go buy the 2020 for the $40,000 or whatever it is. Let's say you're looking at a Mazda or something and it's 40 grand. Let somebody spend the 40,000 on the Mazda in 2020. You go buy it in 2021. You find one that has 6,000 miles on it. Average car is 15,000 miles a year. You find one that has 5 or 6 or 7,000 miles on it, right? It was 40 grand brand new, but now you got it for 28. You just saved 12 grand. You just saved $12,000 because you waited 6 months or 9 months. That's what you do, ladies and gentlemen. You let somebody else take the bath first. You let them take the bath first on a boat. You let them take the bath first on the jet skis. You let them take the bath first on the cars. You let them take the bath first on all those toys. Let them take the bath first on the brand new stuff. And then you come back a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, whatever, and you get it then after it is already depreciated. So you can get it at a really, really good deal. Because in case you haven't realized that when you go to trade in a car, they smack you in the head. they smack you in the head. See, here's the trick with used cars versus new cars. I'm going to spit y'all some game right now. Here's the trick, since we on rule number 12 talking about buying new cars. Here's the game for you. A new car has very small margin on it. This is why you can go to a Chevrolet dealership in Washington, D.C., and the Chevrolet dealership, whatever car that the Chevrolet Malibu that you're looking at is $25,000. And then you go to the Chevrolet dealership in Richmond, Virginia, my hometown, and that same Chevrolet is $25,600, right? So then you go to the dealer and you say, hey, the one in Washington, D.C. is 25 grand, and I drove down here and yours is 25.6. If you give it to me for 25 grand, I'll get it. The margin on a brand new car is very, very small, extremely small. They make a couple of $100 on a brand new car. If there's any car salesman on this Facebook Live or YouTube or Instagram Live or blog or wherever this doggone video is right now, please verify this. Please go ahead and confirm this for the audience right now. When you sell a brand new car, how much money do you make? A couple of $100, because the margin is extremely small and everybody is smart now. Everybody has CarMax. They've got all these different apps. They can shop brand new cars like crazy. Now, let's switch it over to the used car. It's 2020. You decided to go get a new car, right? And you got a 2015. And you go to trade in that 2015. And they smack you on a 2015. Now, you thought you got a deal. They took whatever, let's say it was a $15,000 trade-in. I don't know what type of car you have. But let's say it was a $15,000 trade-in. You took a $15,000 trade-in and you thought you got a deal. They sold you this car, this new car, blah, 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 blah. Then they turn around and listed your brand new, your car that you traded in for $21,000. They traded it in for 15 grand and they listed it for 21,000. And then the car salesman makes 30 to 35%. Let's just keep it at 30 for even numbers. Makes 30 to 35% of the $6,000. So the car salesman just made $1,800 in commissions on your used car, and the dealership made their $3,000, $4,000, whatever it is. Then they sold you a warranty package that you rarely use. So you're paying another, $3,000 for this warranty package that you don't even use. So they got you for some more. Then they sold you some extra floor mats and all this other shit. And they got you for some more money and they just padded it up. But they didn't sell it to you on a big number. They sold it to you in a monthly payment. Look, when we add this in, it's only going to raise your payment by $5. And you're like, oh, that ain't no big deal. But you forgot it was $5 over 60 months. You forgot that. It's only going to raise your payment by $13. Oh, okay, that's cool. You forgot it was $13 over 72 months. Oh, it went from $300 a month to $330 a month. Oh, okay, that ain't no big deal. You forgot it was $30 a month over 60 months, over 72 months. You forgot that. Okay? Used car people do not want to even sell you a new car because they don't make any money on a new car. They make their money on a used car because you can't compare the used car like you can compare the new car. So when I went and bought my Maserati, I sat at the dealership for 4 hours and I beat them and I smashed them in their teeth because I knew I could, because it was a want, not a need. But to buy a 2012 with 11,000 miles on it, see, I didn't have a whole lot to compare. So they kept trying to come back. Bro, it ain't got no miles, Yeah, but I don't need it. I just want it. And I know what you guys do. And I can buy it or not. It's an option. I already got 2 of the cars. I just like it and I want it. And I always wanted a Mazzy, but I don't have to buy it. So you can't hit me with your bullshit. It's not going to work today on me. It might work on somebody who doesn't know. I'm somebody who got hired at 6 different car dealerships and turned them all down because I didn't want to work 100 hours a week in the car business. I know the freaking game. I got friends who own car dealerships. That nonsense doesn't work. You got to understand the game. I'm trying to give you guys game right now, and I'm actually giving you too much. I think I'm giving you too much right now. I think I should stop. Actually, I'm going to stop, yeah. Because I'm getting too fired up right now, and I'm giving y'all too much game right now, because there's going to be a couple of car guys that are going to be like, shut your mouth. You just cost me some money. Stop it. But I want you guys to know the truth. Don't buy a new car unless you plan on giving up 20% of your money right off top. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. You buy a new car today, in 5 years, man, you bought it for 50 grand, and in 5 years, that freaking car is worth 22 grand, 20 grand. You just lost $30,000. And please don't, okay, I got to say this. This is the last thing I'm going to say. The more you trick out a car, the less value that it becomes. The more you trick it out. Oh, but I got to have these rims. Lost money. I got to put this music in there. Lost money. I got to lower it. Lost money. I got to paint. I've seen people buy brand new cars and they paint them a different color. That is the worst thing that you can do. Do you know car dealers, as soon as you bring the car in, they got a paint meter. It's on a little stick. And they stick it on your car and they can tell whether or not it's been painted or not. So you think because you got your buddy to paint the car and it didn't show up on Carfax that it's all Gucci. But then they take that little meter and they stick it on your car and they can go all around the car and they can tell whether the car's been painted or not. As soon as they know the car's been painted, value went down even more. So you painted the car, value went down. You put rims on it, value went down. You lowered it, value went down. You put music in it, value went down. Listen, I'm not telling you not to live your best life. I got to be very, very clear with this video, because there's going to be people that are going to be saying, well, Sid, you're trying to tell us not to live our best life. No, I want you to live your best life. Live your best life. Just know what you're doing. That's all. Just know what you're doing. That's all. Hey, if you can afford to buy all that stuff and trick out your car, and you cool with losing the bread when you trade it in, by golly, do it. By golly, do it. Knock yourself out. Have a blast. It's all good. There ain't no problem with that. We've all done it before. We've all put rims on stuff and, they spinning. Ain't nothing like stopping at a light and your wheels spinning, right? We ain't 22 years old no more. Like, there's just certain things that don't need attention. Because as soon as you do these things to a car, you customize it, right? And you customize it to a point that people know whose car it is. So when you go to trade it in, the dealers are not going to give you what you paid for. They're not going to give you what you pay for. Like, if you put rims on a car, here's what I'll tell you. If you put rims on a car, keep your stock rims. Keep your stock rims. Don't leave your stock rims at the place that you got the rims put on at. Keep your stock rims. I don't care if they don't fit in your car and you got to bring somebody else back to come put them in their trunk. Don't leave them there. Keep your stock rims, because if you ever go to trade in a car, take those rims off, put your stock rims back on, then go trade the car in. Because if you thought that you was going to get more value for the car because it had rims on it, you're fooling yourself. You're going to get less value. There's more value with the car being original than it is being custom. You put stickers on it, take them off. Take them freaking off. You put music in it, take that music out and put it in your next car. Put the stock right back in there, trade it in, let the next person get it full-blown stock. And then take that stuff and put it on like Facebook Marketplace or put it on Craigslist or, put it somewhere that you can sell it and get some money for it. Because the car dealer ain't gonna give you the money for it that you thought. I'm just giving you real game. So rule number 12, never buy a new car unless you're cool with losing 20% of your money in 6 months to a year, and sometimes less. Right now, due to Corona, I would say less. Jernes, you hit it right on the head. Live our best life smartly. Yes, live it smartly. I'm saying, hey, live your best life. I want you all to live your best life. Just live it smart. These video series are by no means to hate on anybody. I don't have time to hate. Like, that's a waste of energy and time. It's by no means to hate on anyone. It's by no means to rain on anybody's parade that might be doing things opposite of what I'm saying. That's your money. I can't spend your money. You do what you do. That's your business. These videos are designed to educate people. And a lot of people that are looking at this video, they're not going to do what I'm saying anyway. I mean, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. All I'm going to say is that in the future, you might come back and remember some of this stuff. See, once it goes in your brain, it's going to be in there, whether or not you want to use it or not, it's going to be there. But I don't want my kids or grandkids in the future to think about something or look at a video and think, hey, my dad or my granddad said, hey, don't buy a brand new car. Then I go buy it, and then all of a sudden, I see what he's saying about a 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. Don't buy a brand new boat. Let somebody else take that hit on that. Don't buy brand new jet skis. Let somebody else take a hit on that. There's certain things that you just don't buy brand new. Let somebody else take a hit on it, and you come in and scoop it up on the low. Because guess what? There's a lot of things on sale right now. There's a lot of things on sale right now because a lot of people need cash. And there's a lot of stuff that people bought 2, 3, 4 years ago that they're selling right now on the low because they need cash. And if you had cash, you can go snatch this stuff up at a killer deal right now. At a killer deal right now. The corona has created some interesting situations right now. Take advantage of the interesting situations that have been created. Rule number 10, never pay interest on shoes, clothes, jewelry, furniture, all that good stuff. Never pay interest on it. By default, if you can, use 0% interest if they offer it. Rule number 11, never buy that same stuff just to front for people that you don't even like. Never buy jewelry, shoes, Louis Vuitton, red bottoms, purses, hats, this, that, blah, 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 just to front for people that you don't even like when you really, truly do not have the liquidity to do so. Don't do that. And rule number 12, never buy a new car unless you were cool with losing 20% in 6 months or less. It used to be about a year. Right now, it's about 6 months or less. Like, don't do it. There's numerous other ways to do this stuff. Guys, I got to run. Hope you guys got some value from this. If you got some value from it, let me know in the comment section. I truly, truly appreciate it. Feel free to hit that like button, smash that love button, smash that like button, hit that share button. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you so much for spending this last, 40 minutes I've been on here. Like, I've been longer than what I'm supposed to be. So the past 35, 40 minutes that you've actually been on this live, thank you so much. I'm truly, truly humbled by it. Thank you to each and every one of you that have been sending all the inbox messages and text messages and emails and so many different things. There's a couple of you that have asked me certain financial questions, and don't think that I'm trying to ignore you. I just understand. I'm very conscious of certain things in print. I live by a certain rule in life, and I'm very, very conscious of certain things in print. And I know whatever you put in print on Facebook, it is there forever, especially inside of inbox. So I will not give financial advice inside of an inbox. That's just not what I do. I'm just not going to set myself up for that. And I'm not a financial advisor. Again, my disclaimer, I'm nobody's financial advisor. I'm just here telling you things that I've done for myself, things that I currently do right now, things that I've done in the past, as well as things that I've learned from some very, very wealthy and rich people that are within my circle. Outside of that, I do not play this on Facebook, Instagram, blogging, or anybody's podcast community. So I hope you guys got some value from this. You guys absolutely rock. Go out there, live your best life. Just be smart about it. Go ahead and make sure that you are practicing that 6 feet rule. Let's pray. Let's all pray that they let us out of house arrest really, really soon, because I know a lot of us are getting sick and tired of freaking house arrest. Lord knows I am. So with that being said, I guess it's only fair that I end this video like I end all of the rest of them. Go out there and make somebody smile today. You already know why. Because they deserve it, and so do you. Until the next time, deuces.